Hello, and welcome to the stream. I'm Constantinos, and this is Lovely Sim Racing. It has been a very long while since we last had a stream. I think it has been a fairly long while. I was supposed to stream last week, but I completely skipped it because I had so much going on and so much work. I just rather focus on it. Yeah, so I'm back. I will be focusing more on the chill chat and dev, so less racing until I get the new version out. If you're not aware, this Friday there's a new version 2.6.6 of the Lovely dashboard coming out for Lovely members, and the target is end of May, a brand new version, public version for everyone. So 2.7 coming end of May with all the features and everything that's included in all the private versions, and then we go on to the next versions after that. So yeah, it's been a while. I hope you guys have been well. Don't expect any racing today, thankfully for you, I guess. My ELO and scores have been rock bottom. Where are they? Where's my 1015 Iron Plus, and I'm an E2 with a 2.76 safety rating. The last weeks have been horrendous. I did do a off-stream race in Brands Hatch, which actually went really well. Was it Brands Hatch? I think. Memory's evading me. It was quite a while ago. The only good race that I actually had in a very, very long time. So I kind of decided after asking a question, I had a poll on my Discord, what would you guys prefer to watch? Me driving or me developing the Lovely dashboard? And it was unanimous, no one wants to see me driving. In fact, I don't think I want to see me driving unless I'm on a good day, and that's kind of rare. So this is it. We'll be working on Lovely dashboard, chatting. The process is always the same. In the Discord, I have a bug report and a feature suggestion, so that's what I go through. First and foremost, I go through the bugs. Any bug that I find, I try and solve it. If I can't solve it on stream, because, you know, I'm fuming and, you know, my eyes are spitting out lasers because I'm angry at something, I avoid doing that on stream. But usually they're small bug reports, and then we just look at the feature suggestions. And from what I've seen, bug reports are not, like, there are a few in there that it's out of my control. It's data that it's coming from some sims. So we'll look at some feature suggestions. We'll do the low-hanging fruit, whatever's easy to do on stream, and see if it's possible or not. I haven't gone through many things, I'll be honest. There's so many things happening. What can I talk about? Well, one thing that I can talk about that is actually happening, it's taking shape and form, are the stickers. So I've been getting a lot of requests. And when I say a lot of requests, I mean about 10 requests. It's not a lot. 10 requests. But again, it shows that there's some kind of interest in these stickers over here. These stickers over here, right? So these two stickers that I created for the Artura, and they work really well with all the switches the Artura has. There are like around maybe 10 requests for these, and I decided this is actually a really good proposition, right? These stickers. I've did some research. I found that not many of these kind of generic stickers exist. And since I am a designer by trade, right, that's what I do, I'm going to start up a new part of Lovely Sim Racing that will be designing, producing, selling, and shipping these stickers to all of you. I will try and keep costs as low as possible, and the stickers that I'll be producing will be the best quality they can get. They will be produced in-house, so I've invested in some hardware, a plotter basically that does all the cutting, because you need to be, you know, really good at that. You can't do by hand. I've already designed sticker sheets for the Artura, and I will be designing sticker sheets for other steering wheels as well. First, I'll start off with the Artura, which will be on the store, and also to be doing for the steering wheels that I do have. So the SimMagic GT Neo. I do have a Fanatec 2.5, so I'll see what I can do with that. The stickers won't be only for rotary dials. They will be for rotary dials, but the core concept around the stickers is a lovely dashboard. So you'll be getting sticker sheets, A4 size or A5, depending on the need, that will reflect functions for the lovely dashboard. So even if you already have a sticker sheet, even if you have a sticker sheet that works with your steering wheel, I will try and get as many as I can to have features and functions of the lovely dashboard. So, you know, action A, B, C, MFM, central, fuel, resetting your tires. So all these features that are available in the lovely dashboard, you'll also be able to get them like a sticker sheet for your steering wheel to put them on. Now, obviously, wheels like this one that already have like beautiful LEDs, you don't need icons for that. So that's a different business proposition that may be coming in the future. But you still can have, you know, the radial dials. There are places for stickers that are already part of Ascher Racing sticker sheet, which I will be replicating to the exact millimeter, maybe even less than the millimeter, so you can use natively on your steering wheel. As I said, I'll be working on the Ascher Racing first and foremost. I'll be doing GT Neo stickers as I have that, and I'll see what else. Maybe for the Fanatec V2.5 round stickers for the button caps, you can use those, but they will be focused on the lovely dashboard. Hermanidias 11 also wants stickers. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So that's the idea. So one of the things that I've been working in the background is setting up this as a business. So when I say as a business, it's not making... Not as a business as in a business plan for making money. As a business as how is the process? Is the designs? How do you get the designs? How do you print them? Where do you print them? The quality of the stickers. How am I going to cut them? How am I going to ship them? How much are the shipping costs? Who the hell is going to ship them for me? All that. So it's the entire process. So hopefully I'll have everything nailed by end of May. To get everything running, I'm also designing and building a brand new shop. So right now you can get t-shirts and everything from Spreadshirt, but Spreadshirt has a few drawbacks. I really love the quality of the print and everything, but I feel that they have some limitations in the design process, and the fact that you need to have two different stores for Europe, basically for Europe, UK, and this side of the pond, and a different store for the US. So I'm looking at alternatives. Again, digital print and embroidery as well. So maybe I can move everything over to a new store. So I'm looking at that. One thing to note is that I'm also looking at reducing the prices of all the products, because I found, after doing some research, maybe over a week now, looking at all these different other vendors, I found that some of them actually have same quality, maybe even better quality shirts. I haven't seen, I will be purchasing samples before I do that. I found that they have quality shirts, at least on paper, and things that I've seen with the reviews and everything. And they're also a bit cheaper as well. So there will be a huge shift moving over from Spreadshirt over to another vendor and creating a store that will house all of the products. So all the shirts and hats and mugs and whatever I have for Lovely Racing alongside in the same store with the sticker sheets. And sticker sheets, there will be a lot. I won't create only one. I will have various sticker sheets. Sticker sheets will not be produced beforehand, and that's something important because I will have sticker sheets for the Artura, sticker sheets for the other steering wheel, sticker sheets for generic steering wheels, for 12 segment dials, 10 segment dials, 8 segment dials, and all these different sticker sheets you can use on any steering wheel. So I will be producing them as they come in. So once there's an order, I will be printing, cutting, and shipping. And hopefully I'll nail that process up at some point. So that's the idea. So again, stickers are coming. Tomorrow I'm expecting UPS to deliver the plotter, the cutting machine, and along with a few more test specimen stickers. I already have tried out, I have like 4 or 5 different sticker sheets, quality sticker sheets, just to test it out, and I have found one that actually works beautifully. It is a sticker, it's a vinyl, so it's not paper like the one I have on in front of me here, or other sticker sheets you may find from other brands. This is actually vinyl, thin vinyl, so it's not something too heavy or too thick. It's very thin vinyl. It is plastic though, so you can tear it, you can remove it. It leaves no residue, which is important. You can reuse it 2 or 3 times, and it doesn't tear. So when you're removing it, it's basically plastic. So it's really good quality. I think that's what I'll be going with. But again, I'm still expecting a few more samples so I can test out. And then it's the cutting process and everything. So there's a lot to be done. So stickers, moving to a new store, which I'll announce URL and everything when it's done. And then we have the actual lovely dashboard, which is going to be delivered this Friday for 2.6.6 for all lovely members, and end of the month 2.7 will be released for everyone, at which point I think I will also possibly be able to release the store and everything. So end of the month there will be a huge release of things in general. There's also a plugin under development. The plugin has been under development for quite a long time. I've designed it for I don't know how ages ago, but now it's starting to take shape and form. The plugin will also bring heavy advancements for the lovely dashboard. There's obvious ones like, you know, the settings file and all that kind of stuff. So that's something that will be embedded, obviously, but there's a few more things that's far more advanced, and it will streamline a lot of the processes regarding the lovely dashboard. Manufacturers, you already know that I'm working with Martin Ascher for Ascher Racing for the steering wheel, and bringing all the native features of the steering wheel to the lovely dashboard exclusively. So this will be the only dashboard that has exclusive features, apart from the Ascher Racing, obviously, that has features embedded from the steering wheel in the dashboard itself, and I can walk you through if you guys want to see them today. But there are more steering wheels being added, so more manufacturers want to get on this practice, basically. So adding more features to the lovely dashboard for steering wheels. I want to do more steering wheels. I want to do more manufacturers, because there's this thing. I think Martin placed it. I mean, the first person I'm working at this level manufacturer is Ascher Racing, right? And Martin had placed it in a very good context, as I have not thought about that. This is why I want ideas coming to me, because I can evaluate them and also make sense of something that I didn't know before. So Martin basically said they have a dashboard, the Ascher Racing. Like when you buy the steering wheel, they also suggest you use their dashboard, but they also suggest lovely dashboard as well. But the thing is, if most people use a lovely dashboard, and this is from his sayings, right? Like, I'm not saying that it is being widely used, but he also said that if anyone wants to use a lovely dashboard, why do they need to remove the lovely dashboard, install the Ascher Racing dashboard, do the bite point, for instance, then swap it out and put the lovely dashboard in? So let's make that experience better, and that's what we've done. Is it put the colored name under the number? Is it possible to colored name under the number? Please elaborate, Samuel. Is it possible to colored name under the number? Be more specific so I can understand. Oh, wait. You mean on the dashboard? You mean this? Color name? Is that what you want? If that's it, let me know. I will have a response for you. Name is just white now. Okay, we can do that. We can do that, but that will wait just a wee bit, because it's not. It's part of the process of me trying to consolidate everything in the settings with the plugin and everything. So I want to see what we're going to do with that. It is an option, yes, it is an option, and it is absolutely a valid one. And I probably will be doing it. But my question is, would you want to have a different color for the name and the number? Or would you want to have like blue for both? That's one question. I would like to reduce the number, the amount of input someone has to do to, to basically change some things. So there's a lot of things we can do. And going forward, there will be a lot more features for customizing the dashboard, but we need to define like what is the exact purpose, like the use cases. Why do you want to change the color? Is it something, is it the contrast, you can't read it, or you just want to do it for aesthetics? If it's just for aesthetics, then it is a bit subjective, and I'd like to see like the use case, like why is it not working in white? I kind of like the two-tone white, the name, and the color only changes. It makes sense, but it may be something I'm missing that I would love to see. Yeah. I get it. We could do it. I don't know if it's gonna be done immediately. So the problem with that is I need to change the dashboard, update it. I also need to add the setting in the settings file, and then everyone who wants to use it also has to update the settings file, which is not much of a problem, but it adds a bit more thought. It's not something I just want to do unless everyone wants it, and then I'll just do it. Simple as that. So yeah, plugins, new website, new store, new products coming, stickers, which is probably the biggest thing that I'm actually working on actively. Today I ordered envelopes because I need envelopes to ship them. Of course, there will be a small batch in the beginning. I don't expect to sell that many, but hopefully, hey, thank you, Brandy. Thank you, man. Yes, Pitwall is it's one of the things that will always be consistently and constantly being evolved. But I wait because I've gotten. I have to get a bit comfortable here. I need to open this discussion. Hey, Jason, how you doing, man? Yeah, Tiago. I mean, it's exactly my thoughts. But if there's a valid reason to have color for the name, sure. And then would you need to have different colors for the name and number? Again, it's something that you want to do. Maybe someone wants to put his flag. So for me, blue and white, it works. But you might want to have red and yellow. You know, you might want to have blue and red. You know, you might want to have these options. So it's perfectly valid. But I just want to be very careful of how I do this at this point in time. As I said, it is a very, very work-heavy, work-loaded time where I want to be very, very minimal in the changes that I'm doing right now. There will be a feature freeze for the dashboard until the end of the month where I release 2.7, at which point we will start doing 2.7.1 and going forward for all the lovely members. But I also want to be very careful of what I add now as a feature versus too many notifications. I'm sorry for that. Versus what we'll be doing for the plugin and how it will be developed as a plugin. So there are things I need to think about before I just jump in and do something, because just jumping in and doing it is simple. Without any thought, it can complicate things going down a road. Bartos asks, can we add a color differentiation for classes in Companion Dash? No. It's something that I've asked Nicolas to do. The colors are basically coming from... Actually, that's a lie. It does have color differentiation for classes. If the classes exist in SimHub as classes, they will be different color. Let me find the replay. I'm absolutely sure colors are different. Classes are different colors. Yeah. Here it is. Proof of it. Different class colors. This is how it works. So this is coming from SimHub. I cannot control it. I can control the colors, not me, you, and I'll show you how you can do it. But if SimHub understands classes, then you will have an option, which is this thing over here. Sorry, I need to press all these buttons here because this is how it works. In SimHub, you basically have car settings, per car overrides, class colors. And you can see here, this exists already. It's not something that we'll do. This already exists. But this is like an ACC. ACC right now informs SimHub of all these classes. So again, let me switch over here to the wheel, just so you can see it, right? Everyone's moving. So quickly, just showing you, you see that they're purple and yellow. In SimHub, you can see it's GT3 and GT4. If I say GT4 is, I don't know, like green, if I switch over to, you see it's green. You control the colors. I do not change them for you. So you basically can change them. Now in iRacing, it's a completely different story. Sometimes iRacing shows colors and sometimes it doesn't. It depends on what it delivers. So I'll give you an example. So if you're in a multi-class race, it will have some colors, not always in SimHub. I don't know why. In cases where there is multi-class but only one class is actually on track, it only delivers one class. So I don't know exactly how iRacing works and how it functions, but this is how it should work. So you would be able to change your classes, the class colors for your own specifically dashboard. All right, Native Res Media. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, man. That's my first super chat. What is a super chat? What does it do? It's my first, it says. Celebrate the first super chat with Native Res Media. Well, thank you very much. AMS2, you say, huh? Let me see if I have an AMS2 replay, but I don't think I'd have a replay for AMS2 with multi-class. Nah, I do not. I probably don't even have a replay with a race. Yeah, I don't think so. No, it's just me going around. Well, there is a race. There is a race, but I don't have it in multi-class. It's just one thing. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know about that. It should work though. It's using native colors from SimHub, so if there is support for multi-class, you will be able to change it. ACC works, I know it for sure. I didn't do anything for ACC, just clearing that out, because I do play ACC more than anything else, but I didn't do anything specific for ACC. It's just how the maps work, and I can't change the colors per class. You need to do that in SimHub. Tiago, I will agree. I think there's a huge okay. So there's a very big backstory going on right now, where a lot of the hardware manufacturers are pushing Studio 937, 937, whatever they call them, you know, R-Factor and LMU. They're literally calling them to deliver telemetry. I've heard many stories in the background, like companies are very angry at them for not doing it. And I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, okay. So that's it pretty much. Like all maps, even the ones on the dashboard, even the one on the dashboard has colors. You can see it here. You can see it's got colors, and even the lovely tower, which you can see in the left side. You can also see my feet. That's not good. On the left side, where you see the tower, that also has multi-class colors. And also, just so you know, I fixed the bug in the tower, which wasn't the bug. It was me forgetting to put a file in the actual dashboard. When I was cleaning them up, I deleted something I shouldn't have, and it didn't work. Now it works. You can see the sectors lighting up depending on how it's going. That was my bad. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, LMU has to update, man. Maybe they do. They have to. It's as simple as that. Was any other question I missed? I think that was it. So yeah, what else is there's something I'm bound to be forgetting something else. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something else. As I said, there are 2 new manufacturers I'm working with. My goal is to find, like, do you guys have any idea of a rather entry-level manufacturer that has a really good wheel that would want to work with me. I'm looking for entry-level wheels because, you know, the Ascher Racing steering wheel, it's a high-end wheel, right? It's expensive, it's high-end. The other two manufacturers that I'm working with also producing extremely high-end, like even more high-end, not high-end quality, high-end price steering wheels. I want to find a very entry-level manufacturer that uses SimHub on their steering wheel or their dashboard, anything that would want to work with me in a similar way, which I will show you now. Like I will give a quick, no, SimMagic doesn't support SimHub. I'm sorry, Jason. They don't. I wish they did. I actually am pushing them. It's why I partnered with them. And they sent me the GT Neo, but essentially the GT Neo was just a token of, you know, appreciation, I guess, because it doesn't, I can't do anything with it. I've used it, it's fine. So I actually have it here. I was running with it last time. I love it. It's an extremely nice, well-built wheel. Holding it upside down here. I love it. It's great. But there's not much I can do with this thing because there's no screen, there's no SimHub, there's no thing for the lovely dashboard on this. So until they come out with the FX Pro supporting SimHub, which I hope they do someday, it shouldn't be that hard, but they need to put some effort in it, or they come out with another steering wheel with SimHub, I can't do much anything with them. I'm hoping they do. The reason I partnered with them is because I want them to I want to push them in that direction. Hopefully it will happen. Hopefully. Jason, SimMagic, Moza, none of these guys support SimHub. None. Moza, have you forgotten what happened with Moza? Where they cloned the lovely dashboard without asking permission? And then I told them, all right, guys, screw it. Let's do something. Let's make a version for the lovely dashboard for the Moza ecosystem. And they basically shut the doors. They just wanted to give me a steering wheel and say, build it. They actually did that. They actually did that. So they asked me to give them the rights forever for the lovely dashboard, so they can clone it in their ecosystem. And they were giving me in return a steering wheel, or they were giving me, I think it was the R9 base and the FS whatever steering wheel. It was a good bundle, but I would not do that. I would not give up, not the rights. I would not do that. I mean, it would be crazy for me to do that. And it was a good bundle. Like, I don't know if someone else would have done it. Maybe I'm stupid I didn't, but I didn't. I asked them kindly. No, I basically declined that offer, and I said I want to be developing it with you. So whatever happens to the lovely dashboard, I want it to be involving in that ecosystem, and they didn't want that, so it didn't work. No. You use Travis. Hello, Travis. First of all, you use SimHub with GT Neo for the LEDs. I want to do it with a lovely dashboard, so it doesn't relate to what I do in the lovely dashboard. Well, Jason, it saved you a lot of money. It really is a good wheel. It really is a good wheel. And if you don't want a screen on your wheel, it actually is really good value. I've told Martin this thing that in that segment, like the Artura, for me, is underpriced. Okay? It is underpriced for what you are getting. And from the steering wheels that I'm seeing that are coming to the market, this thing is around like 1,000 euros less. They could have sold it compared to what's actually coming to the market soon, right? In the next couple of months. This thing is underpriced. But a segment where SimMagic lives, the GT Neo, I don't think anyone can compete. I don't think anyone can compete with that specific wheel, the GT Neo, in that price segment. It actually is that good for that price. So you would never, ever compare the GT Neo to the Artura. You cannot simply compare them. But once you put the value for money, then each one is beating the market. Honestly, hands down. I don't think anyone can deny that. So SimMagic with the GT Neo in the lower end is beating the crap out of everyone. And the Artura, if not, it is going to beat. It is the best valued wheel and one of the best qualities. So yeah, these two wheels. And then there's other wheels coming out in the next couple of months. You guys will see them. They are very expensive. Of course, you pay for what you get for, right? That's what I'm saying. The Artura could have been easily another 500 up, and it still would stand in this market. Without a doubt. A shadow of a doubt. It's that good. The quality of it. Oh, Leo. Yes, yes. Leo, would they be? Huh. Jason, you know something I don't? Yeah, developing hardware. Okay, all right, so you mentioned it. I'll just go forward and spill the beans. I am talking with various manufacturers on developing specific hardware. Maybe not necessarily a DDU, maybe something else. But it is a different discussion. It is a different discussion. And it is something that I am talking with manufacturers on doing something like that. But it's a completely different thing. Like it's a completely different topic. So it's not anything near completion, first of all. So it's not something that's going to happen anytime soon. It is something that I really want to do. And there are talks, positive talks going forward, and we'll see what that's like. But there's nothing for me to share more than that. More than we are talking, we're both excited. Both parties are excited about looking at the future and prospects of what we can do together. But that's basically where it is. So it's just talking and throwing ideas and discussing. Might be a DDU, might be a steering wheel. I can't disclose what it is, but it is hardware related. Okay? But that's pretty much all I can say. I think Bartos is a winner there. Leo, I mean, these guys, they do have SimHub. They have, I don't know if they have plugins or anything. So it's not about them having a dashboard or them having a plugin or anything. It's about Lovely Dashboard supporting that steering wheel and adding more features to it, making it easier to use. I'll show you what I've done. And this is coming this Friday for all Lovely members. All right, so let's hit a segment here. I'm going to show you what I've done for the Ascher Racing, not the Ultimate, all Ascher Racing steering wheels, except I think the F64 USB, I think, Martin told me. It's the only one that won't support it because it's an older firmware. All the other USB wheels will have this feature embedded in the Lovely Dashboard. So if you have any of these wheels, even if they don't have a screen and you have a DDU, it's the same thing. You'll see how I'm using it and you'll understand. All right, let's go do this. Let me show you guys what this thing is going to do. Wait a second. All right. Okay, how am I going to show you? I'm going here. I'm going to turn on the wheel cam. And, oh, can I do this? Does this POV? I don't have that. All right, let me change my camera just a bit. Give me a second, caller. Pokorny is DIY. What does Pokorny use? Is Pokorny Android? What does it use? I'm curious. It might be a good option, but I'm not entirely sure. I want more the support of the actual developer. All right, I think that's a good one. So you can see my hands and you can see both dashboard and the steering wheel, and you can see things that I'm pressing on the steering wheel. Okay, so I'll have it there. I do like the Pokorny though, the Porsche. That's just gorgeous. All right, let's do this. So let's take a look at how the Lovely Dashboard integrates with the Ascher Racing steering wheels. I have the Ascher Racing Artura Ultimate, but this will work with any Ascher Racing steering wheel except the F64 USB. I think it's that one. But I will have a full list of all the compatible steering wheels where you can use this. So the idea is the steering wheels have a few functions where you can change a few features of the steering wheel directly on the wheel. Now, if you're running the lovely dashboard, by now, you can't, like, if you want to change the byte point, you can do it, but only by assuming things. You have no visual indication of the actual byte point changing. If you want to calibrate the clutch, again, you don't have any visual indication. And if you want to change the analog input mode, so how do the paddles work? Is there throttle and brake? Are they slave and master? Are they master and slave? You still don't have any indication, visual indication. This happens either using the software, so you have to open the control center, the software that Ascher Racing provides, or you can use a steering wheel and do them blindly and kind of remember what you're doing, right? Well, that's changing now. So I've worked with Martin Ascher. This is a brand new firmware for the steering wheel, which firmware now works and talks to the lovely dashboard, and the lovely dashboard does those visualizations for you. So with the lovely dashboard, if you have it installed, you will be able to set your byte point. You will be able to calibrate either left or right clutch if you want to change the calibration or you want to recalibrate it. And you can also change the analog input mode of those paddles, of the clutches. So you can change them from throttle and brake to slave and master, or master slave, left and right, depending. And now, how does this thing work? It's fairly simple. The steering wheel has a few functions. We're not changing those functions. You can trigger the functions using specific keys. Byte point. The right funky joystick, whatever you want to call it, if you hold it down for over a second, the steering wheel goes into byte point mode. Before the lovely dashboard, all you'd had was a little LED indication showing that it's now in byte point mode. Nothing else. But now, when you hold this down for a second, look at the lovely dashboard. Boom. So now, again, you'd only have this little LED here before, nothing else. Now, in the lovely dashboard, you get your steering wheel. And yes, if you're using the Sport, it will show the Sport image. If you're using the GT4, it will show you the GT4, and so forth, depending on what wheel. So it will be represented there with the graphics. And now here, it basically says, fully depress the slave clutch, because you want to set the byte point in this point. So fully depress the slave clutch. Slave clutch is on the left, so when I fully depress it, you see it's 44.2. And now it also has some instructions. The left funky switch rotary does go up and down by full percentage, and the right one over here goes up by 0.1. So I can change my byte point by rotating this, take it to 44.5, or I can lower it to 42.5. And obviously you can do whatever you want. I'm keeping the clutch fully depressed, so the slave is fully depressed, so I can see exactly its value at its point, its maximum point, and I can change it just by doing that. I leave it, it's fine, it's set, I don't need to do anything else. All I have to do is to save the setting, just hold this the same exact way I got in, just hold it down for a second, and we are out. Done. That's one. The second thing you can do with the lovely dashboard is calibrate your paddles. Calibrating the paddles, you'll probably do like the first time you buy the steering wheel, but it's good to have it here. So how do you calibrate the paddles using the steering wheel alone? These two buttons calibrate the left clutch, and these two buttons calibrate the right clutch. So when you enter clutch calibration mode, you only have 3 seconds, at which point you trigger this, it shows it to you, and you pull the clutch all the way, and the same thing for the right paddle, and it saves it. So let's do this. Really quick though. Goes into clutch calibration, I pull it, I let go, and it goes away. 3 seconds, it's calibrated. Now you notice that when I pulled it fully, it went up to, what was it, 45.8, which is where I had set the slave. That's why I have fully pulled the clutch though. And for the right hand side, you press it, you pull it, it's 100% because it's a master, and let go, and it's been calibrated. So now both my clutches are at 0 and all the way depressed as I pull them. You can't really see it because the way the camera is set up, but it's like that. Maybe I can do it for here. Just pull it. Right? So now they're maximum. If I wanted, and why do we want to do this? So if I wanted to, I don't know how I can make this, you guys see it, but anyway. So if I were to pull the clutch halfway only, so I don't want to use the entire throw of the clutch, so I want to calibrate it so 0 is at 0, but halfway through it goes to 100%, the maximum value. I would just go here, press this, pull it up until halfway through, and just wait. It's done. So now my clutch reaches 100% halfway through, and I can see that by basically clicking on the byte point set, and I can see the right hand side. It's going to go to 100%, and I still have ways to go. So that's how you do the entire process of calibrating your paddles. Of course, for me, it's just pulling it all the way, and you're done. Of course, the dashboard actually recognizes left and right clutch, so when you do the left clutch, it lets you know, pull the left clutch all the way. Done. And the right clutch as well, pull the right clutch, and you're done. And the last thing that we've added to the lovely dashboard is changing the analog input mode. So these two paddles currently are on the left-hand side is the slave, and on the right-hand side is the master. But I can also use them as throttle and brake, or I can swap them out and have master on the left and slave on the right. And how do you do that? So these two buttons here, doesn't matter if it's plus or minus, these two buttons here on the steering wheel, when you hold them down, it goes into analog input mode. And from here, once we go in, we have 10 seconds to select the mode of the paddles. And you'll see it here. Okay, and it says tap here. And when you tap it once, now it's throttle and brake. Tap it again, it's slave and master. Tap it again, it's master and slave. Now, if I don't press these things again, 10 seconds will go by, it will exit, and it will not save the mode. The only way to save the new mode is if you hold these down. And let me just show you, just so you can see how this thing will change. If I go into the byte point mode, my left paddle goes up to 45.8 because it's currently slave. The right is 100%. Let's change it around and swap them out. All right, let's get out of here. Go into this mode and select master and slave. Press these two, it's saved. Now if I go into the byte point mode, you'll see that the left goes to 100 and the right goes to 45.8. So I swapped them out. Let's swap them back now. Let's make them actually now, let's convert them to throttle and brake, and you'll see the difference here. Go into this mode, hit it once, throttle and brake, hit these things twice, again. Now it's saved. Now if I go into byte point mode, you'll see that left goes to 100, right. Actually, no, it's not reading now because now it's a brake, it's a different input, and this does not read that. But it goes up to 100 as well because there's no byte point now to set. It's only reading the left-hand side because that's the only one it's reading. It's the clutch, basically, previously known as clutch. But you can see it's not reading the right-hand side, which means it's actually changed. So now it's throttle and brake. But I always like to have slave and master, so I'll go back into this mode. 1, 2, it's slave and master. Hit these two buttons, and I'm done. One last thing for this mode, though, and this is important. When you go into this mode, if I go 1, 2, 3, and hit it a fourth time, it tells me it needs to start over. There's an invalid number of clicks. So it doesn't loop through the modes. It goes 1, 2, 3, and 4 and over. You have to basically wait for it to exit. Or if you go in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, start over, invalid number of clicks, you can just exit by holding these, and you go back in and you can set it up again. So this is coming 2.6.6 this Friday for all lovely members, and it will be available for everyone publicly end of May-ish. I say ish because I have so much to do. I'm just hoping to be able to get that release out for everyone end of May. So this is the first manufacturer embedded into the lovely dashboard. So if you own any Artura wheel, now imagine why this is important. If you have, and obviously you can have the dashboard on the steering wheel, it'll be the same thing. It makes no difference. The dashboard, you can have it 3 times, you can have it anywhere you want, it will work. Okay? So it doesn't make a difference if it's on a dashboard or on a steering wheel. It will respond and it will show you the same information. So you can use it on your Ultimate. But let's say you don't have the Ultimate, you have the Sport, which doesn't have a screen. If you have a DDU, you're covered. Same buttons do the same thing on the Sport. In fact, the same buttons do everything throughout the wheel. The only one that doesn't have a byte point setting, because it doesn't have the funky switches, is the GT4. All the other Artura wheels have the same functionality. So you don't need a screen to do this anymore, and you don't need the app anymore either. As long as you're running Lovely Dashboard somewhere on your system, the Lovely Dashboard will show you all of these, all of this information for you. So that has been integrated, married into the Lovely Dashboard, and will be shipped end of this week and end of the month for everyone. And that's pretty much it. Tiago, I think, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, I'm not an expert on the Ascher racing stuff. I just know that the stuff that I am using, how it works, and working with Martin as well for these things. So anything that's more detailed, like the Artura Pro SimuCube wireless does not support buttons 3, 9, 4, 10. I can't answer on that, and I will not answer because I'm probably going to say something that's not true. It might not work. I don't know. You can, maybe Martin's going to see this stream. Maybe he's going to be in the Discord. Maybe you can ask him and get more information. He did tell me that all of these features will be working except the F64 USB. That's as much as I know. It's coming from him. I don't own all the wheels. I only have the Ultimate. The features that I showed you today have been tested by Martin for which ones he tested, the GT4 Sport Pro and Ultimate, and he told me it works perfectly well. The GT4 does not have the little encoders here because it doesn't have encoders. It's the GT4 version. It's much simpler. Sully asks, did you develop the original Ascher dashboard? That's one get on their website. No, I did not. That one has been developed by Ascher Racing. Martin has put a lot of his input. I think he also did some of the design on it. I'm not sure who did it, but it is not mine. I work on the Lovely Dashboard, and the integration with the steering wheel is heavily due to code provided by Ascher Racing and the firmware update. So this thing over here, if you do have an Ascher Racing steering wheel, any supported Ascher Racing steering wheel, you will be able to do this, but you will need to update the firmware for the steering wheel, okay? For this thing to actually work. You get the new dashboard, and you also need to update the firmware on the steering wheel. So unless you update the firmware to 1.9, I think is 1.1, beta 9, 1.1. So the firmware will be 1.1. Unless you update it, you will not be able to use this. So once you update, the steering wheel and the dashboard will be able to communicate, and you will have these features. Yes, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for that. But the idea is, I want to do this for more manufacturers. I want to do this for more steering wheels and entry-level steering wheels. I don't want to do it on high-end stuff. It's good. High-end stuff is great, but I really want to move over to some entry-level stuff as well, because it's SimHub, right? It doesn't need, like, these features are not that hard to implement. It needs cooperation. It needs to be tested. It needs to be a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I could say that I only want to do high-end stuff, and this to be done, I actually need a steering wheel to test it, right? It's important that I have a steering wheel to test it, but if I were smart, I would go to every single high-end manufacturer and say, do you want this? Send a wheel over. I'm looking for low-end wheels. I don't care. Honestly, I just want the low-end stuff. I believe that this should be in more hands. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. I really want to see this thing working for more manufacturers, and getting in the low-end side of the market would be a good thing. Good thing for Lovely Dashboard, good thing for people that can afford more low-end steering wheels, and in general, you know, just making things a bit more better, the whole experience. Thanks, Jens. Kurt, good evening. They are turning around. They are. Their manufacturers are interested, but it does require work on their end. So this isn't something that comes for free for anyone. It needs firmware updates. I don't know how others do it. I have zero knowledge. This is how we do it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can't say much more than that. This would not have been possible if I didn't work very closely with Martin and get all these firmware updates done at my request as well. I mean, they were great. Of course, a lot of these things were ideas coming from Martin himself, obviously. He's a very, very smart guy, honestly. Very good at what he does and very passionate as well. But also when I had some requests, he was quick to respond and update and help me out to get this thing done. US customers don't pay VAT, so price is even lower. Damn, I mean, Sully, think about it. Now, Sully, please, in all honesty, just, I say this because I have this. I've had this for a very long time. I don't know, I've had this way before its release. And I have a very, very strong opinion about it. Sully, let everyone know in the chat what you think price compared to the actual quality of the steering wheel. Like, where do you put, like, isn't it, yeah, just put it in the chat. What do you think? Like, is it extreme value for money or is it too expensive? I'm curious because I think it's on the scale where it's actually very cheap for what you get. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you think. And anyone else that has it, anyone else that has the Ultimate in the chat, let me know what you guys think. Okay, let's fix the cameras just a bit here. Good, good, good. Without VAT, what's the price without VAT? Tiago, you think it's expensive, and so are all others with screens. Yeah, I will not say that it's not expensive, okay? I think the most expensive wheel that I had purchased at some point, well, not like this is the most expensive wheel that I own now, but at some point I had some, like the SF1000 from Thrustmaster, which is like 400 euros. I thought that was very expensive back then. But now looking at the market, this is important. Tiago, this is very important. So the question is not if this is expensive for a toy, for a game. This is the question is this, you consider this expensive for what it is in the market segment it lives in, right? You cannot. It's like saying, yeah, Ferraris are expensive. Of course they are. But for their segment, they might not be that expensive. There are other cars that cost millions compared to a Ferrari. So we're not just saying this is expensive and that's cheap. No. I'm asking if this is expensive in its market segment, in the quality that you get, what you get, and the whole feel and everything. So that's what I'm asking, not if it's expensive. MPX, the MPX version 2, it's 1300 for a steering wheel without a screen. Yes, it's expensive, but once you get it, is it actually worth it compared to other steering wheels in the same market segment? You will not and should not compare any of these wheels to the GT Neo, for instance. You should not. If you do, it's on you. It's your mistake. If you compare the MPX version 2 with the GT Neo, both screenless steering wheels, then you're in the wrong discussion. It's not what you need to do. You need to compare it with the market segment. If you buy the MPX version 2 and have the GT Neo and you put them next to each other and you say, shit, it's not worth the money, it's a different thing. So GT Neo is one thing, MPX is not worth the money. It's a different thing for their market segment. That's the question. Kurt says, got mine last week too, and it's great and full up to the Fanatec BMW real wheel too, but it's just a bit better. Yeah, I have not laid hands on the Fanatec BMW wheel, so I have no idea of the quality on that, but I have heard the best for that as well. But that also is very expensive for a wheel, so, you know, that's my question. Where does this sit in the market segment? Curious. I think it's fairly priced, to be honest. And again, compared to things that are coming, this is way more affordable than those steering wheels. Again, different market segments though. All right, guys, let's do something. Let's do something. Let's take a look at the bugs. Let's do what we always do. I'll switch over once I have everything set up. Let's get out of the way. Dash Studio. We got that. We got that. And let's put this thing up as a windowed view. Let's have that there. Oh, Kurt, you got my t-shirts from you too, and I'm looking good. Ooh, which ones to get? Did you get the team kit or the basics? Bruno, expensive is motion. That is ridiculous. Yeah. Motion is very expensive, isn't it? Like at a point where, why is it so expensive? I don't know. Yeah, I'm unsure. I've never done any market research. I just know that motion is very expensive. But I think it has to do with what you actually get from it. So like the actual value from getting motion, it's very immersive. So you're paying for that. I had a really good discussion this afternoon before the stream with one of the manufacturers, and I was discussing... Ah, perfect. I love this t-shirt. And thank you for supporting, Kurt. Thank you very much. I was about to say now, Tiago, for the pedals. That's exactly the conversation I had literally just a couple of hours ago for pedals. I can absolutely see the reasoning behind the pedals though. I absolutely can see the reasoning behind the pedals being so expensive. And I also mentioned something, and yeah, this is gonna stay here for everyone to hear maybe in a year from now, but the reason SimuCube has the pedals so expensive is because they are the first to market. I don't believe the technology behind the SimuCube pedals is anything unique and something that cannot be improved on tenfold. I honestly believe that the technology behind it can be improved like 10 times better. It could become smaller, it could become more refined, more detailed. Maybe a new form factor can change it, right? And the price will go down. What's important here, and what SimuCube has done, is the software. The hardware can be replicated, but the software is where they're winning right now. And I think that's what makes it so good. But that's not something they can keep a secret, or they will keep a secret, or someone won't come out with it. So they're marketing it as a 2000 pedal because they can. But I strongly believe it won't be, maybe months from now, maybe a year from now, there will be a new active pedal-like company coming out with a product that is equal, if not better, at a far more competitive price. And it's just a matter of time for that to happen. They only did it that expensive because they can, and they need to market that thing as much as they can. And I do believe that it is a great, and if you have the money, you can buy it. I don't think anyone would be disappointed in buying it. I really do think like I haven't used them ever. I haven't had a chance to use them, but anyone who's used them says the same thing. That thing is freaking awesome. So I have to trust them. And you know, at the end of the day, it is very expensive because it's the only product like it on the market. But I'm pretty sure it won't take long for something new to come out. Sully, the shifters on the Ascher wheel are by far the best I've ever tried. Yes, yes, and I had a very good professional driver, which you may know or heard of, told me the exact same thing. He was like, the Ascher shifters are the best shifters on the market, hands down. His words, quote me on that. 2 million for the sim, Jeff? Come on, man. Why? Why? What are you getting? The Dynisma. Dynisma? Is that right? Tiago, they're not ripping people off. They're just doing it. It's honestly, it's how the market works. When you're first to market, you get to set the baseline. That is how it works. It's not a bad thing. It actually is good because now I'm betting. I can bet money, but I don't like betting money. I was in Vegas and I didn't bet shit. I lost $20. That's it. I don't like to bet. But if I did like to bet, I would put a lot of money on the fact that right now, as we're speaking, there are at least 10 companies building an active pedal system that will be better and cheaper than the Simutec one. I would put money on that, but I don't like betting. You need to know that. And Simutec, it has every right to market it and ask for whatever they want because they are the first ones to do it. It is good for the market. This is why this is good. If Simutec came out with these pedals and had them like at 300, they would completely obliterate everyone in the market and no one would actually spend any money trying to make a better version because it would be a good pedal at such an affordable price. You may want to go and create a version of a pedal that's like it, but it won't be more affordable. Probably might be the same price, maybe even more expensive because they might be subsidizing it. So it would actually hinder the development of a better pedal. Having it so expensive, like Husingfeld's and that, there is so much margin in between to develop versions and other companies and other products. It's a good thing it's so expensive. It actually is a good thing. And the people that are buying it are actually helping the development of the next versions. So it's how the market works. It's as simple as that. Ah, Federico. Yes, active pedal talks. We're just talking about how things are too expensive or too affordable. Sometimes there are things that are very expensive but actually are worth it, and other times there's something very expensive and it's not worth it. Active pedals, extremely expensive, but they're the only ones on the market, so you can't compare them to anything else. It's just how the market works. I don't know. Bruno Silva says, funny is YouTubers trying promoting the pedals. I don't have anything against that. I actually don't have anything against. I don't see what's wrong with that. If you have the pedals and you try them and they're amazing, you let people know. It's as simple as that. What I don't agree with is someone getting a piece of shit equipment, something that's not worth it, and promoting it because they have an affiliate account. That's what I disagree with. But if you genuinely love the product, why not promote it? I do it. I've been telling you guys so long for SimDash. It is amazing, the quality and the price. I've been using the SDU-3 from Simutec. Again, a great piece of equipment. It is a great dashboard. I recommend it. The Ultimate, it's perfect. The GT Neo, it's great. Like the things that I use and I'm happy with, I will let you know. Things that I have and are not great, you won't see me promoting them, talking about them, or using them as well. So I'm against talking bad about a product, but elevating a product just because I get a cut of the sale, I'd never do that. So if YouTubers genuinely enjoy the products, why not? I'm all for it. Bruno, who's paid and sponsored? How do you know that? I heard so many things about Will Ford. I have heard so many things about Boosted Media. And I'm telling you, up front, he gets nothing for any of the reviews. He gets nothing. It's not how the reviewers work. I don't know who... Like, it's an assumption you're making right now. It's an assumption. It is an assumption. I know for a fact that YouTubers usually get the product, get to keep it in some cases, and then make an honest review. And the money comes from views and whatever affiliate accounts they have, not from the company, right? Personally, I have been approached by other companies, not Ascher, completely different case, other companies saying, would you want to use our products? And what do you want for them? And I tell them, sure, I don't want any money. I can put it on my stream and whatnot. And they tell me, okay, because that's usually the case. Usually we just send the product. It's different. Other streamers may want something or not. It's how it works. It's how this economy works. That's why when you're watching videos of Will on Boosted Media, you watch it, share it, because that's how he's going to make the money. If you want to buy the product, buy it. That's how he's going to make the money. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's any secret sauce behind it. I don't think there's no conspiracy behind all these things. I don't know. Maybe in another genre. Maybe. But in sim racing, I've never heard anything different. Bruno, you're talking too much now. Sorry, man. Will is... yeah. He's been sponsored, as many others have been sponsored, but I still think it's like Sim Racing Garage. You know his reviews are good. And in fact, here's one more nugget. If you watch a review to get a conclusion, it's not on the guy running the channel, it's on you. Right? It's not how this works. You'll watch Sim Racing Garage, you'll watch Boosted Media, you will watch Dan Suzuki, you will watch who else is out there, and you will gather all that information and make up your own mind. I was about to drop the F-bomb. You will make up your own mind about it. If someone uses it and says it's the best steering wheel, best ever, and then you go to second channel saying, it's meh, and a third one says it's okay, then you need to figure out for yourself. You need to either try it or you need to gather all that information and make up your own mind. But they produce the information. That's the thing. Yeah, Jason, it's exactly that. Doing your research. Yeah. I will completely disagree with you, Tiago. Getting to keep the product is enough reason not to speak bad about a brand so they can keep getting stuff. I don't think it works like that. And I'll tell you why. I'm a popular YouTuber. Not me. I'm saying I'm a popular YouTuber. And I get products. And his company is sending me products. And I make a good review for it. And they keep on sending me products. And I make another good review for it. And the product is crap. 1, 2, 3. People will find out. And people will basically shit on him. It will happen. So I don't see how this works in this economy. It is too open. It's in the open. It just can't happen like that. Bruno, no, he does not. He does not. Will has. I've seen videos where he's not shitting on anything, obviously, but he's saying that this could have been better, that could have been better. Not really sure about this or that. And it's not bad when he's a positive person. And again, keep in mind, when Will Ford reviewed that really cheap steering wheel, all-in-one with a shifter and a DDU, He said good things about it, but what did he say? He didn't say it's better than Asetek, it's better than the GT Neo, it's better than the Ascher wheel. He said, for this money, this thing is amazing, right? And don't quote me on that, I don't remember what he said, but even if he did say something like that, for this price point, it is great. I've said it myself for the GT Neo. For that price point, it is the best steering wheel you will buy at that price point. Hands down. I'm not saying it's better than the Ascher racing wheel. No way. It's not comparable. So you need to do the research. Like, you can't have someone just telling you, this is good, buy that. It's not going to work like that. You still need to, you know, kind of figure it out as well. Will is careful. I really enjoy his videos. I really do. Kurt, yes, you do have to. It's up to you. Right? Tiago and Bruno, you like when you watch videos. Lawrence de Sauchois. I've seen a lot of his videos, and when I was looking for pedals, I was looking at a lot of videos that he did. Very careful, stating good and bad, and at the end saying, "If it were me, I would get that." It's very simple. It's very simple, and there's a tendency. A strong bias, just so you know, there's a huge bias. This basically, when you want to buy something, be very careful with this, because I've been there many times and I understand it and I realize it afterwards. When you want to buy something, your mind conditions itself to read only the good stuff. This is not bullshit. This is psychology. So if you want to buy, let's say, the Hostingfeld's Ultimates, just saying, and I have no affiliation with them at all, so it's a good example. If you want to buy the Ultimates, someone will send you links for another 5, 6, 7, 10 different pedal sets that have the same features and whatnot. Your mind will be conditioned to read only the good things about them, right? Go to reviews, only the good things. You will disregard, your mind will throw away all the bad things because you want to buy them. So keep that in mind. When you're reviewing, you have to be unbiased for yourself as well. It's very hard. It is very hard. All right, I actually have to do something. Let's do some work. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's already late. I said I won't keep this stream too long. Jason, you have the Ultimates? Yeah, I have some, you can see my pedals there. Alien Sim Racing. They're beautiful pedals, and they are load cell pedals, and I love them. They work great, but they're not the Ultimates, and they're not Husingfeld. I don't care. I'm happy with them. You know, it doesn't need to be that. What's entertaining? That's exactly what you do. And I really extremely enjoy the whole market research thing. Too much. I'm all for it. I actually wait, like when I want to buy something, I start researching weeks before, days before, depending on what I'm... Like now I already said that I'm going to do the sticker thing, the sticker business. I've been researching hardware for the stickers over 2 weeks. I placed some orders on Amazon. Things are going to be delivered tomorrow. I already had one delivery last week for paper and sticker sheets, the actual quality. I went through 5 or 6 different qualities, printed them out, cut them up, stuck them on my steering wheel, stuck them on the wall, repositioned them, stuck them again. Like all this research and trying to find what will work best is what I love doing. All right, let's take a look at some of these. So first we're going to do bug reports. Let's switch over to the coding panel. Let me get rid of this. I don't think we need it. All right, so let's see. Did the car names get updated? Notices the Radical SR10 just shows a blank in the new release. I responded to this. So how this thing works now, let me show you because you guys need to know. In the lovely dashboard folder, in the JavaScript, this is something you won't be changing. I'll be changing it. There's a file called class in which I have all, like, you guys send me any name of class that you have and I convert it to a short name because ACC handles them perfectly. iRacing does not. So let's say this thing over here. If you do a hosted session in iRacing, which I don't know how the hell you do that, I just know that if you do one and it's a multi-class, all cars are called hosted all cars. So I convert it to HAC. Nothing much I can do. It's coming from ACC. IMSA 23 GTP. So basically I create a library of all the names of the cars and how they convert to a 3 or 4 or maximum 5 character short name or whatever. So the question here is, whatever happened to Radical SR10? I think Radical SR10 has been added to the list. There it is. Radical SR10 converts to SR10. So it's there. Formula 1, for instance, the game, it just says Aston Martin instead of classes. Well, now in the lovely dashboard, when it says Aston Martin, it'll say AMR or Alpine or Red Bull Racing or Alfa Romeo, because that's 1 in 23. But I'll be adding, you know, the other names as they are produced. Yeah, so that's it. So there's not much I can do about this. It's already added, this one over here, and I've already responded to it. So I will add this as done and close this post because it's basically done. Federico, it's fine, man. Nice to see you. Had a really great talk today. I'll see you around, man. Tiago, which machine did you buy to do the printing and cutting? Yes, great question. I did a lot of research for household plotting and cutting machines. I eventually ended up getting the Cricut. I think it's the Explorer, the new one, which can do A4 up to A3 or A4 in long strips as well. So I got that. And a few accessories for it as well. But I still haven't received it. I'm getting it tomorrow, so I'll start testing it tomorrow. But it does a few things. But what I want to do is cut the stickers. That's all I wanted to do. And it has a lot of... So what I wanted to do is get something that has a lot of accessories and support. And the software is good. So I did a lot of research in that front. So the machine itself is very basic. It's just a little board that goes back and forth and a little knife that just goes left and right, and it cuts everything you want. So I did a lot of research on the actual software, on the accessories, what it can or can't do, and all the add-ons you can use, or what paper types and what sticker types and whatever you can do. And I think it's a really good value for money, and it can do a lot of stuff. How do you print on the sticker? So I print on a very, very good inkjet I have, but the thing is, it's not the inkjet printing, it is the actual paper you're using. So I have tested 5 or 6 different types of sticker sheets extensively. There are paper sticker sheets and there are vinyl sticker sheets, and then there are vinyl thicker, lighter, whatever. So I've tested a whole bunch. The one that I have tested have passed all of the standards that I have set, which is repositionable. So you can put it on your steering wheel, remove it, and reposition it without having it tearing. Anti-tear, so I don't want you removing it and having half of it stuck on the steering wheel or anywhere on button boxes or whatever you want to use it. It shouldn't leave any residue. That's another one, a good one. It should be waterproof. Not that you're actually going to have any water near your rig, but sweat or something, humidity, I don't want it messing it up. It has to be scratch proof, so you know you don't want it getting it scratched and whatnot. So there were a few things that I absolutely required for this thing to pass my tests, and I ended up in one specific paper quality that has everything, and I really love it because it's really thin. You can reposition it, it sticks, and you can remove it like 3 or 4 times. I tried it on the steering wheel, and it worked perfectly. And it also doesn't tear because it's actually plastic. It's not paper, the sticker. So it's vinyl, and it's really good quality. All right, let's go to the next bug. All right, to fix. Oh, I think I can fix this one if I haven't already. An ACC, depending on it, and he gave me the solution, and the problem was the flags widget. Let me see this. Oh my god, I can't believe I had that issue. Show flags. Yeah. This was stupid on me. It was when I was updating everything. I missed this thing here. So now I need to update it. Hey Thomas, how you doing? I have a bug for that, and I'm afraid I need to figure out how to not show red, but I don't have invalid laps on AC, so I just need to figure out if it's AC not to make it red. That's it. But I can't show invalid laps. I don't have that information. I'm doing good. I'm happy. I'm streaming. I'm back here. Doing a lot less driving and a lot more work. Of course, not working on stream, obviously. Because you got some people here not letting me work. But it's fine. I'm fine. Alright, so this, I'm going to also add it. Because I'm adding it to the... So if you guys go to my Discord, there's a channel called Roadmap. It's where I put all the changes that I actually do on the dashboard for the next version. And I'm adding this as well because I need somewhere to keep track of all the changes that I'm doing. And then it's not just that. I also need to basically go and... I made a mistake. And then I need to go back and do the same changes for all the dashboards. So it is kind of important that I have it. Let's put some other music. Let's put something more chill. Oh, no, this is too chill. Oh my god. Let's go back to player 2. All the music you're hearing is from Stream Tunes. Great royalty-free music if you want to put on your stream and whatnot. Alright, Thomas says, I have a question for you. Ooh, business proposition. Have you thought about making your own overlays like iOverlay or Race Labs? Well, I do have the lovely overlay. I hope you've seen it. The lovely overlay is here. Render, whatever. I don't know how you create overlays in iRacing, but basically that's it. And you can actually control the MFM on it separately from the settings file, so you can decide what you want to have. I do have an overlay though. Creating something like Race Labs or iOverlay, it's something completely different. Yeah, I mean it's a different thing. It's a completely different thing. I don't know if I'd go down that road. But I do have the lovely overlay for that, so it is something better than nothing. Okay, let's go back. So this has been fixed. So now the flags will appear. Show flags. If it's true, true, good. And this ticket is also done and get rid of that and dusted. No sector times in AC at the leaderboard. Won't look at that right now. Let's see if we have anything other low-hanging fruit. Delta and estimated lap is always red no matter what I have. It's AC, okay? Mataman, yes, ACC supports invalid laps. Give me any. So, Tiago, there you are. There you are, Tiago. I found you. And Jens as well. Okay, so okay guys, let's do something. Let's flip on and let's put in and we'll see it. They're red. Yes, you are right. And there's no way I'll fast forward it. They never become, never ever do they change color. So what I want to do here is for ACC, right, for ACC, for AC, I want to make this skip the invalid part. So let's try and do that. That's interesting. Oh, crap. Okay. I got this fixed. Okay, save this, and now it should stop being red once it reloads. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not, I don't know. Fixed. Oh, damn me. Oh, duh. That was a stupid thing I did. But anyway, it is fixed now. Hopefully it'll be fixed for everything else as well. Yeah, I update the code every now and then. And sometimes sometimes it basically crops itself. I made a mistake here. This was my mistake. Anyway, it has been fixed now. There you go. Jeff, you know. How's the foot now? Are you driving now, Jeff? Or are you still using the paddles on your new GT32, whatever that thing is called, that monstrosity? Oh, let me add this to the roadmap. A lot of fixes in this version, guys. A lot of fixes. It is what it is. This will be a fix. It'll be a bug fix release. Really, this release will mostly have bug fixes. It has the new TDM trigger. I will get into details on some other stream after the release. And the Ascher Racing support, and a lot of fixes, though. A lot of fixes. So we'll see if we can add any features as well, but yeah. I'm attempting to one-foot it now. Ran north yesterday to get my 3rd star. I was not successful. For the 3rd star or driving it? Out of the splint and into the walking boot with no walking for the next 3 weeks. So you're in a walking boot, but can't walk for 3 weeks. Dude, it's not a walking boot. Just feel like Kabi. It's called a walking boot, but you can't walk in it. Don't call it a walking boot. Oh, I have one of those boxes too, Bruno. It sits right under the pedal box, under my rig, and it's a big plastic box, and I have everything in there. Like all the cables look neat going into it, and once you open the top, it's like, ugh, it's cable hell. All right, let's see what this thing says here. iRacing, lapped completed pop-up does not give the right position. Ah, okay. Christian Shakur, I have the new Ascher wheel and with SimHub and the lovely dashboard. It's just magic. Thanks for you are very much welcome. And if you didn't catch the stream from the beginning, know that this Friday for lovely members, a new update is coming with even more features for the Ascher Racing steering wheel. All Ascher Racing steering wheels except the F64 USB model. Everything else, all the Arturas and everything will be supported. You can, go back in time and watch that segment. I will be cutting it up and releasing it as a video as well, separately for the Ascher Racing. But there is more and deeper integrations for the lovely dashboard and the Ascher Racing steering wheels. SC steering wheels, I do not know. I think the new code that I'm using does support it, but I will not say anything if I'm not sure. So I wish Martin was in the chat now. He'd answer. He did tell me it does support it. I think he did tell me. So do not take this at face value, please, and do not quote me. I think he said it supports all the Ascher racing steering wheels, including SC and SC wireless as well. I think he did. Do not quote me on this, because I may be wrong. The only wheel he told me that does not support this is the F64 USB, because it's running an older firmware which cannot be updated. That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know for sure on my end. Please don't quote me, because I may be wrong in interpreting everything. That when Martin starts telling me things, it's like an avalanche of information. So that's what I remember knowing from our conversations. F64 USB is the only wheel that does not support this. I think he told me the SC and SC Ultimate, the SC wireless will support it, but you will need the latest version of the dashboard coming this Friday and the new firmware. Okay? So it's not going to work out of the box. You will need to come, and if the new firmware is not released for Ascher Racing, when I release the dashboard, I will be releasing the beta version of it. So Martin has said he will give me the beta version of the firmware so you guys can get it before everyone else. And get everything working as well. Deef says a lot of times the position displayed in the pop-up is not correct, while Crew Chief gives the right position. Crew Chief does not use SimHub. Crew Chief accesses the information directly from the sim, so it's a different source. Is there a delay maybe between gathering the position and displaying it? No, there is no delay between gathering the position and displaying it. It is the position that SimHub tells us we are in. So FromRoll said, are you racing multi-class? In 2.5.2 it was reporting overall position. Not sure about newer versions. It always reports overall position. So when you cross the start-finish line, the pop-up that comes up, the lap review, shows you your overall position. It doesn't take into account multi-class. It does not show that. It shows you your overall position every single time. That little pop-up is part of a redesign that I'm working on already. It is a new window, a new design for that window, which will have a bit more information, but it needs to be carefully designed and thought of, because it's a pop-up that needs to deliver very specific things and inform you in 3 seconds. So when you cross the line, you need to find out a few things. That's it. It is not going to be a window with a hell of a lot of information. Right now, what it does, it shows you your position. The position changes color depending on if you're first, second, third. If you have the fastest lap time in qualifying, it'll be purple. Fine. In a race, if you're P1, it will be purple. Everything else will be green. And that's it for the coloring for the position. And then you have a lap time. So it shows you your current lap time you just did, how far off it was from your best lap time, and how far off it was from the best overall in the session. That's all the information you get. And it also shows you the deltas, not just the lap time. So you can, as you're crossing, you can see who has the fastest lap time. And that lap review pop-up, you can also set to display it in quali and practice only, or race as well. So I only have it for quali and practice because that's more information as I'm running my quali and practice sessions, so I know where I stack against the competition. But during a race, I don't want to keep on seeing it because right now that information to me seems irrelevant. When I add the new stuff, it might make sense a bit more for everyone. So the new stuff that I'm discussing now will include previous lap fuel consumption and delta from your lap target. Now the lap target, fuel lap target, is a bit different, and how I'm going to calculate it will be based. Okay, let me put my thoughts together on this. So what happens is when you're racing, you want to know with the fuel you have in the car. Well, the target of every race is to finish you want to cross the finish line with zero liters left, right? In sim racing, if you need to do a cooldown, you have to take that into account. But by definition, you want to finish with 0 liters, right? You don't want to have excess weight in the car. So the fuel target will try and let you know that as you are racing now, you are off the target or on the target. So if you're pushing too hard and it it basically calculates that you will be out of fuel at the finish line. It will let you know that you are 0.2 off the target. So you need to cut down a bit or lift and coast a bit until it becomes green. But this will always be red until when it's green, you will know that you're safe. So it's one thing that I'm working on now. But this is a bit more pro version. It's a pro feature because for any given race, 25 minutes or 45 minutes, you don't really need that. This is more of a pro feature. So it's something that will be added. I am designing and working on, but won't be in this version. But it is something that's going to be done. So I think this bug feature request or something is kind of not something I can work on. I display whatever information. Actually, let's check it just really quick. Is it in here? Lap review. Boom. So this is what you see in a lap review. And this thing over here, what does it report? Game data. It just shows you, it just returns the position you're in. So if iRacing doesn't update it on time, it's nothing I can do about it. There's no other way for me to get that position. Actually, there may be, but I haven't tested it, so I don't know. I have not been. No, I don't hang out in any other Discords unless I'm tagged or mentioned. Otherwise, I am not. There's been some modification of the LD code for iRacing tweaks of intervals between cars. Well, if someone has made a better version of it, they can always contribute it back. So when I update it, they will have it again. Otherwise, when I update it, they will have to do the changes again. It's how the cookie crumbles. I'm always open for changes. All I don't want to do is include plugins and stuff like that. I already have the Romain Rob plugin, but going native is the right way to go. And it has been proven, especially with SimHub, how dangerous it is to use plugins from third parties, because if they decide to not support it, then you're screwed. You have to find a different way to do everything. If you all remember, when I first made the pit wall, the very first time I made the pit wall, it completely crapped itself. Completely. Suddenly. Because SimHub made an update, and the plugin I was using, the Gary Swallow plugin, stopped working. And it was useless. And I had to go in and redo everything. I had to redesign it because I was relying on information from Gary Swallow. And it was a nightmare. And that was when I made a decision and I said, I will not use plugins again unless I absolutely need to. And currently, I'm using the Romain Rob plugin, and it is being used solely for displaying your iRating and your incident count and maximum incident counts and stuff like that. Nothing critical. Nothing critical. It is the best iRacing plugin out there, as far as I know. It's great, but I'd rather use native SimHub features than go down a road where it might hurt a lot to update later. I may be wrong, but it is a safe route, especially when this dashboard is being used by thousands of users. I kind of understand how this scale works now. If it was just 5 people, I wouldn't care. I would just add it and say, remove it. But right now, at scale, it's really hard. Like, at scale, it's really hard to make a change that will affect thousands of people, how they use the dashboard. It's just hard. I need to take into account everything, reliability and everything. And the only app I can absolutely rely on is SimHub. And I can rely on it first because Nicolas has over 10,000 users, or even more. Those are the licenses, so I'm assuming there's a lot more using it without a license. And he is also very reliable and responsible. So if there's a problem, he fixes it. And I know he'll be there to do it. But the plugins, not so much. Maybe Romain Rob is not one of those plugins, but if something does happen, I'd be hanging off of his plugin. And having been there, I don't like being there, so I may not be there again. I'm being very cautious. So this is not a bug. It may be a feature in the future. And the last, this is the last bug report. I like it because there are not a lot of bug reports. I really do. Hold on a second. I like it because there are not that many bug reports anymore. They're coming in and they're not, you know, that many. No sector times in AC at the leaderboard. Okay. I actually asked, this is Assetto Corsa, leaderboard. So sector times, let me see, where do I have my sector times? I think it's there. Oh no, sorry. Why is it? I'll get rid of that. So sector times, we may not have that information. Let me check. We may not have that information for ACC, or AC, sorry. So that information we do get. Oh wait, sorry, I need to. Sorry, hide this. I don't want this to appear everywhere in my design. It should only appear when you cross the lap. Good. Good. And what I do usually is just check what we have, what information we have. And how do I do that? I go here and I find a binding. So right now what I want to use is best sector. So these are the functions we have. Current lap get sector time. So let's see this. Using this, enable JavaScript, hit a return, and let's say sector 1, and don't include false. It returns. Okay, so we do have this information. That's good. Current lap. Good. So we do have current lap. What else do we have? Best sector time for sector 1. False. Do we have best sector time? We do have best sector time. This is good. So this is AC, and this is all working. What else do we have? So I probably will need to update my code, because this is AC and we do have this information. Hey, the Sim Racer's arms! Welcome to the stream. Current lap, best sector, current driver, best sector returns the best sector time of one given sector. Oh, wait! Your question is in the leaderboard. Driver, current sector. Driver sector best. This is what you're at, because everything else should be working. So let's see. Race position 1, sector 1, and false. Will this return a number? Returns null. We don't have that information. Sad, but we don't. So it's driver sector. So we want to get a sector time for a specific driver. Driver sector current lap. So here, for instance, for driver in position 1 and his first sector, and don't include everything else. Null. We don't get that information. So we can't get information for other drivers. As far as this is concerned, maybe it's something we can do in a later stage. We do have lap times. We don't have the sector times. And let's do something here. Let me close this replay. Let me load up ACC and try this. Oh, God, I'm getting hot here. So let's just quickly see if this null becomes something else. So let's move forward. Oh, wait a minute. I'm alone on this. Fine. Replay. Is this a race? How many people here? There is. This is a race. It's not returning. Oh, there it is. It does return. Current sector lap 1. Actually, let's get sector best. It does work for other sims. You can see it's changing. As you can see, sector was 39.8. This is in Monza. Don't know who this driver is. It's not me. It's the #1 driver, the fastest one. 39.8, and as time was progressing, 39.8 became 35.3, 35.2, 35 flat. Now this is best sector. So I can go to position 10, for instance, and it will give me that information. AC does not. So this is ACC. So this is why I prefer using native. This is one function provided by SimHub that returns a very specific piece of information in the same exact format across all sims. Now this may not work for AC today, but AC may add it, or Nicolas will fix it, and I don't need to do anything. This will continue working with the same feature set, same functionality in the dashboard. And that's the idea of using native data. That's why it's important. So to answer the question, AC does not deliver that information. And I will close this ticket, and I will also message Nicolas saying, why doesn't it do it? Why? And remember, this is not my information. This is not about us as a driver. We have that information. So we have the information about us driving. This is about getting the other drivers best sector times and everything. So that is something that doesn't exist. It exists in ACC, but not AC. All right, and that, my friends, was the last of the bugs. There are no more bugs. 0 bugs reported for the Lovely dashboard. Yeah, we didn't fix the last one, that's actually true, but it was a bug and it's not there anymore. Because it wasn't the bug that can be fixed. The information doesn't exist. It's really funny how the information exists for other drivers. It is what the Gary Swallow plugin did. It gave us information about the other drivers, but it didn't in a non-efficient way. And basically, it's what crippled the pit wall at first, but also the dashboard. It was just not efficient in any way. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:30. I won't continue working. So it's important. We fixed the remainder of all the bugs. The plan now, just so you guys know, the plan going forward is release this Friday for 2.6.6 for all Lovely members. 2.6.6, if you guys visit the roadmap in the Discord, you'll see exactly the changes. I'll be continue working on this tomorrow and on Thursday. So I will be doing chill chat and dev sessions tomorrow and on Thursday, and I will be working on the new features, so adding a few things. I'll go through what's low hanging fruit or something that actually is important and try and add them during that, and I will release that on Friday. And whatever I release on Friday, unless there's any bug or anything, it will be a feature freeze the next week, and it will be a release coming end of May for everyone publicly. And once that's released, immediately working on 2.7.1 for all the lovely members. And that's how it will work. Anyone left in the chat? Yeah, okay, we have a few people. Do I have any other questions to answer? Any other questions? I don't see any questions. No questions. Guys, I think we're gonna hit a milestone. Maybe even this month, towards the end of the month. There's always a spike in new members in the beginning of the month and the end of the month. Let's see if we can hit that 1,000 milestone. Currently sitting on 963. Let me confirm. The live number. 964. Okay. We're one up. We might be hitting the milestone, the 1K milestone in May, which would be a huge, huge, huge milestone. Come on, work. There it is. All right. We might be hitting that milestone this month, if not next month. It's good. It's good. The reality is it's approaching. It's approaching. I had set a target of 1,000 users based on projections and all the numbers and what I had in mind for all this that's happening. And I had set first half of 2024 1,000 members, and it seems it will happen. So thank you very much. I am forever grateful, and I hope it shows with everything that I'm trying to do, and everything else that I'm also going to do, like, you know, all the products and sticker sheets and everything. Like, I want to give as much as I can, and giving more and more every single time. So every single member, I extremely and utterly feel humbled and grateful for every single one of you. Let's move on to the supporters. I will be going away for the stream. Oh, Anthony Hall, gold member. Yesterday, I had an amazing call with Anthony, helping out, supporting him in setting up his computer with lovely dashboard, and it was so nice. Like, I love helping as many as I can, and especially when there's special care required to help. And that was the case yesterday with Anthony. I really enjoyed meeting him on a call and helping out, you know, set up the lovely dashboard on his PC and getting everything up and running, because he's a guy that's extremely passionate about sim racing and racing in general. And yeah, I mean, not everyone is completely knowledgeable about, you know, computers and how everything works. So, you know, I really, really enjoy helping. So I guess you guys already know that by now. I guess. I hope. Alright, so thank you very much to every single member. As you can see on lists, gold, pro, starters, doesn't matter. Becoming a member is the best way to support this channel, this product, the future products, and everything that I do. It is the single best way to support me. There are 40 gold members, which I would like to thank personally. And starting off, it's Anthony Hall, Augustine Martin, Alex Luce, Brandon Hunnell, John Hart, Clautaz, new members, I don't even have their names, Cody Flowers, Corey Wise, Dan Westerman, Daniel Newman, David Beam, Marie Castillo Bachero, Brian Spiracus, Graham Baptiste, Jeff King, who's getting his foot fixed and can't drive. It's because he's scared of my driving, that's why. He's avoiding me, and he actually operated on his foot so he won't have to deal with me. But That's fine. I can't believe, like, so many gold members, and I've met one in person, which is Jeff, and I'm friends with almost all of you guys, which is amazing. Iñaki Duranona, Alan Susan, Jason Rivera, Jens Bauer, Jared Davis, Stefan Malfier, Kieran Lowe, Chris Rollins, Marianne Christel, Mark Long, Michael Pagliaro, Patty Falconer, Brad Jackson, Robert Robles, Rita Brulman, Yuan Rodriguez, Sean Reed, Simon Tunin, Heiko Batts, Steve A71, I don't have your name, Josh Fulton, Tobias Hoff, William Martin, Mark Worthington, and Mark Gale. Note to all the new gold members that have not added their postal addresses and their names, please go into Ko-Fi or contact me in DM and give them to me. I need to send you the gold member sticker. I need to do that. There's 3 currently that I do not have your names. I have pinged you, I have DM'd you, and on Ko-Fi and on Discord, and I cannot find you. So please, contact me. I want to send you the gold member stickers. And for all the gold members, you also have the option to buy one special edition gold member t-shirt, which is this one over here with all the partners. It just has a gold logo if you want. Those t-shirts selling for cost. For all gold members, there's no profit margin on top of that. So if you want to buy it, you need to DM me. I will make the purchase for you. It will come to you, and you just send me the money at cost, whatever Spreadshirt says it costs. Unfortunately, I can't do more. But with the move to the new store and everything, I think I'll be able to have some specialty discounts. It's a bit more advanced the way it's handled. So I'm working on that. So, you know, maybe members have a discount on the store and whatnot. So I'm working on it. That's something I'm currently actively working on. So we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me. That's pretty much it for this. I will be again tomorrow streaming around the same time and for about the same amount of hours. And I really hope to see you guys tomorrow as well. Thank you for joining. Good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.